Getting punished as a kid is not a wonderful experience. As a man who likes to torture my audience, I'ma take you on a trip down the memory lane on this Independence Day, bringing you back to the good old days where you shit your pants after getting the punishments you deserved. First, we have rotan. The pain produced when a bamboo cane initiates physical contact with your palm at a speed of 20 meters per second is immeasurable. You stole someone's pencil, rotan. You were being disrespectful, rotan. You pontang, rotan. You got 75 marks on math even when you have already studied hard enough, rotan. The bamboo cane is so handy that it has become the very weapon of every household that inflicts unimaginable pain in order to get you back on a leash. Not only in the house, even schools back then were using rotan to put students in their own place. You will kena rotan for literally any reason, especially if the teacher who happened to be abusive is teaching your class. That's D-Day for everyone for one whole year, and you better pray to God that a different teacher will take over his position, cause if there isn't, it is best advice to book yourself another year of therapy sessions. I swear to God, teachers who are extremely strict to the students have stupid harsh rules. So harsh that whatever the fuck you do or didn't do, they will give you the damn rotan. They are straight up psychopaths. There's a fine line between educating and being abusive. Imagine giving rotan to half the class just for using the wrong grammar. That shit just doesn't make sense at all. And after a few minutes, the teacher will then admit there is a problem in the question and apologizes for inflicting pain on you. Too bad everyone's palm has a war mark now and the teacher's underwear is already wet from the orgasm she got from rotaning us. There are more variations of the rotan like rotan on the ass, rotan on the legs, and even sending rotan everywhere on the body. Those are straight up abusive and intimidating. Fucking foul place. But at the same time, rotan is sometimes necessary for parenting. But kids these days won't get fed with the bamboo cane cause apparently parents these days call it child abuse when their children are literally throwing tantrums and throwing iPad across the room. Nevertheless, I'm giving rotan 100 out of 10 for pain level. Even talking about it gives me PTSD. Kneeling. I'm not certain if every culture has this punishment in their own household, but this treatment has its own unique way of telling the kids that they have fucked up. If you come from a Buddhist Chinese household that has the ancestry of God's tablets that you have to sambayang every day, you might know what this punishment is all about. It's a symbol of reflecting your own actions, and the kneeling before the tablets means that you are a failure and you're asking for forgiveness from them. And if you have really messed up big time, your parents will want you to apologize to your ancestors for however long they want you to be in that position for. Kneeling is like an Asian version of timeout, but it actually feels more like timeout than timeout itself. It depends on how good your parents' mood is. Generally speaking, their mood is never good cause you literally got into a fight and embarrassed your entire bloodline, you disgraceful waste. So to punish your dishonor, they will force you to kneel for at least 1 hour. If you've done way worse, then it's 5 hours plus rotan. After that, you will have to endure the pain in your knees. The kneeling itself will make you age 50 years. So I'm giving this punishment a 7 out of 10. Pulling ears. This method didn't really do much to me cause it's just that useless. It is often combined with squatting and pulling your ears with your arms crossed at the same time for however long your teacher who has ear fetish wants to be. In fact, this punishment is fun if you and the boys are sent outside the classroom to get humiliated. They think it's embarrassing, but me and the boys recognize this as a 10-minute hangout outside the classroom, watching a random uncle harassing a woman just outside the school vicinity. Without mentioning teachers who are outright psychotic like leaving a student disabled after forcing him to stand in the sun accepting the punishments for 3 hours straight, I will give this punishment a 4 out of 10. It doesn't do much damage, but it might leave your ears, arms, and legs sore, getting your electronics taken away. This happens when you've done horribly in your exams. Your mom already told you to study cause your exam is getting closer and closer, but your lazy, stubborn, smooth brain just doesn't want to study and you end up getting 39 marks back home. Surprise, surprise, your mom takes away your PS5 and your phone and now you're staring at the ceiling and crying in your room thinking if only you had studied. Yeah, you fucking deserve it, you moron. In this 21st century, everyone's face is stuck to the screen most of the time. You know what happens if you try to separate a child who has separation anxiety from his or her mother? He or she will go nuts and will scream to get back to the mother. Try doing that to an iPad kid with his iPad. He's gonna tear down the entire house, and that's a sign to put him up for adoption. Electronic devices are so essential that all of us have already developed an addiction to them that taking them away from us feels like a death sentence. I tried taking my grandfather's phone away and he started hyperventilating cause he can't gamble with my life savings online. Back then when I never had my own phone, I didn't have this issue cause all I had was an Xbox 360. Getting my Xbox taken away didn't do anything to me cause I still ain't studying shit. But now, if you were to take my phone away and put it behind a safe, I would switch my phone's place with your head. This punishment's intimidation level grows positively with the flow of time. In the past, I would only give it a 4 out of 10. As of today, I will raise it to 6 out of 10. Getting kicked out of the house. You must have done something really bad if you get kicked out of the very place you call home, but when you take some time to really think about it, is it really that necessary? Like, there was this one time when my downstairs neighbor kicked his only 10-year-old son out the house and I heard him crying and banging the door, begging his dad to let him in. The first thing that came up to my mind was, how bad did that kid ruin your family's reputation? Cause if he didn't, then he's just a bad father. Especially during these days where child abductors are everywhere in the corner. If anything, the child is gonna wander away out of fear just to seek shelter, thinking his father will never let him in until the sun rises. And only then the father will start to piss his pants. You're not raising fucking Max Verstappen. You're gonna raise a child who's gonna leave you in an old folks home and end up driving back home like Lance Stroll. Kicking your children out the house has to leave a mark in their heart. So when they grow up, these types of parents better not wonder, why my son no visit me, I don't know, man. Maybe you shouldn't have thrown your kid outside the house and leave him alone in the dark at 2 in the morning. Therefore, I'm rating it a pain scale of 8 out of 10. Not for its physical damage, but the emotional trauma it can do. Getting your hair cut off. This has to be one of the worst punishments in human history. You put this punishment next to the brazen bull torture, there really is not much of a difference. This punishment doesn't usually occur in households as it mostly happens at school. For some reason, the school board thinks having a short hair at school will improve the school's reputation. Meanwhile, inadvertently making every student in the school look like fucking Guy Gardner. Having a hair coat just makes no sense to me. Not liking a student having his hair touching the eyebrow is like an obsessive mother who never likes what their children do. Personally, no disciplinary teacher has ever got to my hair and grabbed it and sliced it up, but to those who have had this traumatic experience, I am sorry for your loss. I know how sad and painful it is cause now you look ugly as fuck with a yee-ass haircut. You will not get any hoes near you and you most definitely will get laughed at until your hair grows back. The haircut punishment shouldn't be carried out unless the student has already been given several times of warning. Until then, this should be emotional abuse cause you're scaring the hoes away. My boys need to get some bitches. So I'm giving this punishment a pain scale of 7 out of 10. Writing lines. This punishment is normally given to kids who have misbehaved or when they forgot how to write a certain word. Your parents or teachers will force you to write the same lines over and over again until you have written 100 times. How will I rate this punishment? 2 out of 10. This punishment just fucking sucks. All I had to do was just write the same line for 100 times and I would be free. It's not that hard, man. Telling me to write, I will not hit Brandon again repeatedly is just gonna make me beat Brandon again, but even harder. It doesn't matter if it's 100 times or 10 bootlicking pages, I will still find a way to get the job done in under 4 hours. Be more creative, you silly little wanker. Ooh, wow. So many childhood traumas. I hope none of you get a sudden anxiety attack after hearing me mentioning all these punishments. I wish everyone happy Independence Day, and in a nutshell, hang your Jalo Gamilang correctly.